I recently received a GooLoo GF01 to do a review on, so that's what we're going to do. This is a little jump starter battery pack. I have another battery pack that I did a review on recently that I had in my wife's car. I didn't want to put a new battery in it just yet, but I didn't want her to be stranded and rely on somebody else for a jump start. Ironically, she had that jump starter in there in her car for probably 3 or 4 months and never even realized it was in there. If she did need it, she wouldn't have used it. Yes, I showed it to her. Yes, I demonstrated it to her. And yes, she forgot and probably wouldn't use it. So what we're going to do is do a review on this one. And this is not the exact same thing as the other one. This is a little different angle. So as I unbox this, I'm just going to talk a little bit about it. Instead of popping the hood, looking for the battery, and some batteries are hard to find, whether it's a BMW or some type of GM product where they put the battery in the fender well, or some crazy Chrysler, you never know. So this is something you can put in your spouse's vehicle. You're very car savvy, I know, because you're here. If you're on the Brian's Mobile 1 channel, chances are really good that you know your way around a car by now. So anyway, we're going to talk about this. It says how to charge a car battery. Basically, there's nothing in here that says that you have to pop the hood. You turn the key to the accessory position because a lot of your cigarette lighters only work or connect the circuit when it's in that position. You plug it into this, you wait for 5 minutes. So here's where I'm going to jump in and make a recommendation that this makes this product higher maintenance for your spouse or somebody that's car illiterate to use, but makes it so that it will actually work. There was actually a problem with this. There needs to be another square in here where you unplug the thing. If you unplug it, exclamation point, you're fine. If not, it'll actually burn itself up. Once the vehicle starts running, it'll backfeed into the unit and it'll burn it up. I understand from the guy who gave this to me for free, and I agreed to do a video for him. He assures me that there's nothing wrong with the product and that everything's okay, so that's the good news. But the bad news is that the instructions don't include unplugging it. And if they're not there, if it's not written on the box or on the product, if you don't write on it, unplug before starting. So I'm going to just write unplug before start. Then you are in like Flint, you're just good. If your spouse is using this to charge an iPod, an iPhone, or an Android or something, they're going to love it. They're going to remember that it's in the car, and that's the good news. But the bad news is if they don't unplug it before they start the car's alternator is going to start back charging because it's a direct line. It's an open line between this and the vehicle battery. LiPos do not like and the circuit board, for the most part, does not like having that heavy load coming back into it. This is charged with a really small amperage wire. It just plugs into here and charges. So if you have a big fat cable coming from your car like this that goes in the same hole where it's charged from, it's going to burn it up. And I actually had that happen. This is the second unit he sent out to me. So bear that in mind. If you do that, you got a Sharpie pen, you can fix this and make it a viable working product. And reviews don't get any more honest than that, do they? And then you start your car. So let's check it out. So here you have the jump starter. The packaging is nice. This is what the packaging looks like. I'll just continue on with the review that way. So this is basically what you get out of the box. You get your wall charger, you get your output cable for jump starting, and then you get a charging whip with a USB. Now you can use any USB that you have on your device, but it's kind of nice that they came with one of the common ones. You've got the new iPhone plug, you've got the Samsung Android plug, and you've got an iPod plug. On your phone and smaller devices, you want to use the 1 amp plug, and for your tablet or your larger devices, you use the other one. Now, this plug's a little different. This is a S5, but you can use just the half of it. At least I think I can. Alright, well this plug is not great. It's not a good fit. I have to use my other one. Good to know. The little securing tabs on the back were much too high, so I filed them down on the grinding bench, and now when I put them in, it goes in no problem. So we're going to try testing this. We're going to put it on the 1 amp side. I don't see anything happening, so I push the switch 1, and Shirley Temple You can see that it's got the little lightning thing indicating that it's charging the phone. So I'm at 72%. Then I've got the red light indicating that it is charging. It says that it can charge an iPhone 4 times off of a single charging. This one's the 750 milliamp hour unit. So I need all the juice I can get because we're going to start a car with it here in a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug this for now. Unfortunately, this does not work with a Samsung tablet. This only works with an iPod type configuration. So let's try this with the iPod and see how that works for charging. Nothing's happening. And my understanding is that it turns off automatically. So you push a button, charging begins. This one I didn't have to grind, but the Android one, as I mentioned before, I had to grind to get it to fit in there. I don't imagine that would be necessary with the Apple one, the iPhone one, because it's just a smooth tab. So the flashlight on this is activated by this switch here. You push out once, it'll show how full it is. You can see I've got all 3. And then you just wait and it'll go out on its own. If you hold this down, it'll activate the LED flashlight. If you press it again, it'll go into strobe mode. This is really handy to put on the roof of your car or something if you're in a high traffic area, side of the highway. I would like to see some kind of rubberized surface, maybe on one side or the other, so it doesn't slide around everywhere. What you could do is you can get one of these little stick-on ones. Like I have this one cut in half and stuck to my computer. But you could just take one of these and stick it on the back. They're really inexpensive. And you can set that on top of your car and just use it that way. Interesting that I bumped the switch. You see that it's going 3 short, 3 long, and then 3 short. That's literally the SOS in Morse code. So there's 3 short, end of message, 1, 2, 3, that's S, 1, 2, 3, that's O. 1, 2, 3, that's S, so it's doing an SOS. And then one more time to turn it off. That's what you push if you want to charge your car. So we will push that again to deactivate it. See, it's really simple. It has a lot of built-in safety features so that you don't arc it or do anything that you don't intend to do. It's got overcharge and over discharge protection. It protects the battery and protects you from a fire. It's fuse protected, and then also it's got protection against reverse plugging. That's one of the big things about these is it's so simple. I believe a fuse is probably in the end here. So you pull that out, it's just a glass fuse there. Now the nice thing about this is you just have it blink until it's charged up. You just push a button with this in your cigarette lighter, this one, and it'll go do-do-do-do-do. It'll just blink. And when it's done, unplug it. Then you start your car. So let's do that. Let's try it on a car that has a discharge battery. I'm going to go turn the lights on the Subaru, run it down, and we'll jump start it using the GooLoo. Boy, it was a lot easier to get this thing to die before I put a new battery in it. That last jumper test was a lot easier. We're getting there. So this is taking forever. It's a brand new battery. But I've got it to where high beams are just really dull and the car's just barely putting. So we'll reach in and we got nothing. So I turn the headlights off and turn the fans, all accessories off like we would do for the test. You see that we are dead, folks. So the next thing we'll do is plug in our GooLoo and let it charge. Did I mention what a handsome product this is and how it matches my monochromatic cars and motorcycles? Everything that gets black and white, so of course I like that. I wouldn't mind a little black for a non-skid thing on the back. Now I don't know if this cigarette lighter works or not, but I bet we'll be able to tell really quickly once I get this thing going. So you just set it in there. We will push that and instantly all the lights got happy. So the first thing we want to do is we want to turn off all the accessories, which means turn the key to the accessory position only. See, the radio works again. It cut out, one of the first things to go. Interesting. So we'll turn that off. Just hold the power button down. Now, the reason why you turn all the accessories off is that's what's draining the battery down. I mean, it's like having a leak in your bucket while you're trying to fill it. So I have everything turned off. You can see that this thing's going as it is. Look at the watch, it's 10:05 in the evening. It's been a long day, but I told myself I am going to get this up there tomorrow. Tony has been such a great guy to send this to me. I told him I'd have it up tomorrow, and that's what we're going to do. So it's 10:12 now. It's been about 7 minutes, and our lights have stopped flashing. I think 5 minutes was probably plenty. Unplug it. And we're in business. We're up and running. What's funny, as soon as I do that, it starts taking charge back from the battery, and then it starts charging again. Okay, now we're doing funny things. All right. That was bad. But you want to get that unplugged. What a fancy, nice little thing that you can have in your glove box or in your motorcycle. A lot of motorcycles will have a little compartment where you can put something like this. Mine certainly does, because it's a BMW. It's got all that trunk space. But the really nice thing about this, I'm not kidding you, to be able to plug that into your cigarette lighter and have it work as well as it does, and not have to pop the hood, not have to locate a battery. I mean, some cars have a battery clear down in the fender well, some have it under the back seat. This is something that anybody can do. As long as you have a good fuse, a good connection at your cigarette lighter, what a handy, easy tool to use.